Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Serenity, Soul Invictus. You guys, I am lounging, okay, because it is late. And yes, I am very tired. Okay, not as tired as I really can be, but I am like still pretty beat. But I want to talk about this particular topic tonight. I thought it's the best topic to talk about tonight. This is what's on my mind. This is how we're feeling. And I think that, we all need to talk about this right now. As you know, everything that happens in my life, not everything, but just about everything, I like to share with my spirit tribe. I like to share with my new members of the spirit tribe if you are new to the channel. Um, for those of you who are new or new to be, welcome to the channel. Namaste. And for those of you who are returning subscribers, returning visitors, welcome back. Um, right now it's like pretty difficult of a time for me. It's a transitional period for me. All kinds of things have been taking place in my life, you guys, and it's like I don't even really know where to begin. I should have had like a brighter light on in here, but it's like really late, so I'm gonna just do this live right now, basically documenting or sharing my experiences as of the past few weeks. And I just I just like I feel like I need to share these things with you. And as you can see by the title is Never Lose Your Expression. And it's so amazing that this is the title. I have purposely chosen that as the title because today, as a part of a series of, of chronological events, I was a part of a training program, and this was one of the first statements as we began the class by, of course, my new mentor, who I would say I actually manifested in the past few weeks. This, you guys, is just so amazing. So many things, so many transformations are happening, so much confirmation from the universe, like so many downloads, so many things on a spiritual level, on a psychic level, like on a metaphysical level are actually taking place that I have no choice but to share it with you all. And I'm so excited if you're watching this. That's why I chose to do it live, because it's going to take very long trying to upload it. And I like lives because, they go straight to the channel. So whether anybody has joined me or not, I'm just going to just shoot for it because this will play back afterward. So you guys, first and foremost, let me let you all know that I am in a period of transition, like I said before. I have decided to leave my long-term relationship, marriage, in other words. I have decided to go my own path. And so many different things have come to make me decide on this, that I don't want to get into too many of the details as yet. I will do, I'm sure, lots of other videos on that topic, but basically that is what it is right now. And of course, this is a scary time in the world. This is a very unstable time in the world, for most people, and especially for people to be actually breaking up or ending long-term relationships, right? However, I feel like divine timing is at play, divine intervention, divine actually guidance, all of that kind of stuff is at play here. But of course, one thing led to another, and certain events have hit a peak breaking point, and so it is what it is. Of course, I would have liked it to be another way, but it is what it is. Now, back to the topic of never losing your expression. I guess that was a part of it. I have never really lost my expression as being a part of the relationship. I love my husband. I have deep love for my husband. Of course, a bond that you have been, so a relationship, a connection, being with a person for nearly 20 years, you're going to have a serious connection to that person, okay? And a lot of people may or may not understand how you can just end that relationship. And some people have come at me sideways, like, okay, like, what are you doing? You need your family. Like, homeboy's going crazy. Like, catch yourself. Come on. Like, do what you got to do, sis. But at the same time, get your family back. Like, I have chosen, hi, Shahil. Hi, blessed be, and namaste. Yeah, so welcome. Just come on in, make yourself at home right here. This is a lot I want to say, but I'm gonna just summarize everything. But in back to the topic, like I said, of losing your expression. A part of you sometimes, even though you feel like you're actually expressing yourself to the fullest, there are still some parts of you sometimes in relationships or in a long-term relationship that may be stifled, that may be actually is like you're grasping for straws, trying to actually hold on to that bit of yourself, that one tiny bit of yourself that you feel like is slipping away. And perhaps for me, that was part of it. So many other things, but in losing your expression, like I said about these manifestations and things that have been happening ever since I've seen the book. I've read the book. Like I said, this book, you guys. If you look back at my previous videos, you will know what I'm talking about. Like this book, you guys, ever since I have read that book, it's like things have started changing. Now, I would not say the book is what is responsible for it, but really and truly, I feel like it was my consciousness, my subconscious. And that's something that I also want to talk about. Imagination is the key. Okay, and this is what we talked about in today's class, in the training class today. Um, Expression being, like I said, the topic is a child of imagination. Because before you can actually express something, you actually have to think it up in your mind first. You have to imagine it. Just as the creator of this universe has imagined this whole universe being what it is, functioning the way it does, never changing. It was a thought in the mind of the creator, in the mind of source. And so the same thing goes for us. Having mind, all is mind. I talk about metaphysics a lot. I talk about these universal laws a lot. And the key law that I actually live by, that I try my best to live by, is that all is mind. This is where it's at. Without this, what are you? Who are you? Where are you? Do you know anything? No, you don't. So the key to expression is imagination. And if you don't imagine better for yourself, you will not get better for yourself. And this is sometimes what the problem is in relationships. You have one person doing all of the imagination, all the imagining of the relationship. Then you have the other person actually just like a demagnetized piece of steel. There's the steel that is magnetized, that is imagining, that's using their subconscious to the best of their ability, like literally being able to pull, like say 12 times its own weight. Steel now. This is steel. Then you have the same piece of steel that is demagnetized, that actually cannot lift anything. Can't lift like even this piece of paper, okay? Because it is demagnetized. It is not using its imaginative forces or abilities. And so, there is a book that I actually am reading. It's The Power of the Subconscious Mind. The subconscious mind is where it's at, yo. It's where everything happens. We believe that our conscious mind actually is responsible for doing the things of life that we're actually choosing to do these things subconsciously that we do every day of our lives, such as breathing, such as driving a car, such as recording a video, whatever. Yes, to an extent. However, there's so much more happening within our subconscious, within the deep recesses of our minds that we know not of. We are not aware that the things that have been programmed within us from childhood or from many years ago or from like even sometimes even during sleep, all kinds of ways that things connect to your subconscious mind that we live out each and every day unknowingly. And that's amazing. Isn't that amazing, you guys? Like, our mind is so magical that if we knew half of what's going on in it, we would actually respect it so much more. We would nurture it so much more. We would actually use it so much more. We would acknowledge it in other people. We would actually, like, okay, so before I go so far, right, because that was supposed to be said later on down in this video. However, now, the things that I'm talking about that I've been manifesting, you cannot tell me that I have not manifested those things, that they are not just random happenings. These are things that I have thought about for months, even years, deeply within my mind, deeply within my being, within my heart. The things that I have wanted to change, the things I wanted to eliminate from my consciousness or from my even my life, the things that I wanted to achieve. And some of these things, like people would say, okay, well, why don't you have $1 million yet? Or why don't you, stop COVID, the C word? Why don't you, you know, open the country up or something? Yeah, these aren't things that I was actually thinking of in my mind. These weren't things that I was subconsciously willing to change. However, the things that I was are changing, and I can see them happening one by one, one by one. So, the first one I'm gonna say, there are so many points I have to make. I've got my notes from today's little meeting, from today's class. I wouldn't say little because it's huge to me. Um, is manifesting a mentor. That's one for sure, because I feel like everybody needs a mentor. Everyone should have a mentor in life. A mentor is not someone who's going to be there to tell you how to live your life or to make choices for you in your life, to dictate, in other words. A mentor is somebody who is there to help guide you toward the things that you are most passionate about, to guide you toward your destiny, to guide you toward the things that you dream of doing, being, seeing, having. Um, so that is definitely one thing that I feel like I have manifested in the past few weeks. And it all happened so serendipitously. That is one of my favorite words, serendipity. Do you know what that word means? That word is like something that randomly happens, but that was destined to happen. Like it was bound to happen. You didn't really go out there consciously planning for it to happen, but it was exactly what you wanted, just at the right time, at the right place, with the right people. That's serendipity. Shoot, that is what is the name of my jewelry business. That is what I chosen to call it, um, from 2016. Serendipity. I make eclectic creations, and so that can encompass a lot of things, right? But serendipity is that word. Fate, destiny, all of that good stuff. Now, another point that I wanted to make that was talked about in this lesson today, today's lesson, is the fact that successful people, here's the quote by Mr. Francis, who is the leader of the group. He's actually the leader of a group or a movement called Operation Sovereign Bahamas. And I will choose to talk about it because he's very vocal about his stance and his take on making a change and a big difference in our country. And so I'm going to use this platform and this opportunity to do the same thing. Um, so the quote that he made was that successful people never work according to the clock, they work according to destiny. And so the same thing goes within a relationship or whatever. You're never working to say how many years you've put into the marriage or into a relationship. That means nothing. Like, really and truly, nobody really cares. Even though people would say, oh, that's so great. You've been married for so how long? Like, whatever. If you are miserable, if the children are miserable, or you're not growing, or you're not actually moving toward your destiny, you know that in your heart, you know it, then what are you really doing except wasting time? You see? And so this is these are my feelings about this whole thing. Successful people never work according to the clock, they work according to destiny. A clock is slavery, okay? And so the same thing, whether this is for your work, for your place of employment, your job, this is for your relationship, whatever it is for. Your time is so valuable and precious. It is literally all you have in this world, in your life right now, as who you are right now. And what you choose to do with it means everything. You cannot blame somebody else for the things that you did not choose to do right now. If you have put something or someone as a priority above yourself, who do you have to blame? And then when you turn around and blame, if you do find someone that you think you can blame, when you do blame them or throw the blame on them, they're going to say, man, I didn't tell you to do that. Like, really? Like, GTF OH. You know what that means, right? Like, really? So, the only person at the end of the day you will have to blame is yourself. So, back to the point, really, really getting back to the point. Never losing your expression is very important. Um, and like I said, these serendipitous events are, are just daily showing me that the power of our subconscious mind is so much, so very real. Everything that you become or choose to become within yourself, you will manifest for yourself. Do you understand that? Like, it's amazing. It's like magic. So here I am one day. I'm looking at all of these revolts. I would not say revolts. That may be too strong of a word, too weird of a word too. Looking at all of these protests, then these uprisings and things that are happening around the world. Literally the same things that occur here where I live. This is worldwide. These things are happening. We were a little slow in catching on, but it is catching on nonetheless. The things that I felt so passionately about for so long, that I feel like I have thought about day in and day out, read about day in and day out, wrote about day in and day out, spoke about day in and day out, have finally began to like grow. And the thing about that is when you imagine something, you have to stand by it. You have to have the faith to stand by it. When you imagine something, if you want to become something or someone, you want to achieve something, you have to daily imagine yourself as that. Like, you cannot slip, you cannot slide. You have to imagine yourself as that. And by imagining, it is so amazing that that is the catalyst. Your imagination is that catalyst that is going to bring the energy to start bringing about change within your subconscious mind, within yourself, within your inner or higher self. You feel me? so so it goes back to it goes back to expression again. Like we talked about expression. Press, anything to press, right? Like we know the Bible talks about the press down part, the scripture that talks about by the measure you meet, you know, it will be met unto thee. Like pressed down, shaken up, ribbing over, all of that good stuff, right? Press. That's the force, okay? So to impress, to express, it means generally the same thing. Expression comes from your impression of yourself, really and truly. And so if you're in a relationship, any relationship, business, love, life, whatever, casual friendship, whatever, the same thing applies. Imagination is key. We tend to think of things in such a negative light. Like I know people would say, okay, I'm being a hypocrite right now because I'm saying that I'm, you know, believing in the subconscious and thinking positive and all that, but yet here I am, split from my family, whatever, all of this stuff. No, it is not because I'm thinking negatively that that has happened. It is because I'm thinking so positively that that has happened. It's how you look at something. It is all about your perspective in life. And if you imagine that something is for the best possible outcome, it will be. Whatever you believe, it's true. If you believe you can, you're right. If you believe you can't, you are absolutely right. And so today, tonight, that's what I really wanted to talk about. That's a portion of what I want to talk about because I don't want to talk for an hour. I don't want to talk for, because I can ramble very long, but I'm not going to do that tonight. Um, so, working toward your destiny is something that is a tricky thing. It comes from your heart. It comes from your soul. It comes from your gut. It comes from deep within you. It does not come from outside of yourself. It comes from deep within you. And only you know what your destiny is. Only you know and your creator what your calling is. Are you going to answer that call? If you feel something in your stomach, like you know what you need to do, you should just go try and do it. And don't try to think of the who and the what and the where and the how and all of that. Just follow your gut and it will guide you because that's spirit within you. That's the God within you, guiding you to the light. A dark place, a dark place within you is being guided toward the light. You're not sure, but when you feel that, you know how to move, where to go, even if it's just one particular choice, one small random event, it can be that turning point in whether you are going to reach your destiny, or you're going to get closer to your destiny, or you're going to go further away from it. You guys. So tonight, that is my message. I will come back on here in the daytime and do another live video talking about another topic surrounding, of course, my personal situation as well as giving you some inspirational message um, that relates to it, as it relates to whatever it is that I'm dealing with at the moment. But I'm feeling pretty positive. There are ups and downs. There are things that have me pretty, you know, iffy sometimes. But at the same time, I know that if I put my trust and my faith in the highest good for all that's involved, it will work out for that highest good. And so, you guys, until I come back later on, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you hit like. I hope you subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment below, you guys. Just let me know what your feelings are. Let me know what has hit home about what I said. Um, I love the feedback. I love to interact with you all, and I definitely get back to the comments as quickly as possible. So if you need to share this video, you can do so. Whatever you need to do, download it so you can watch it again, whatever. It's all great with me right now. So, love you for watching right now. Peace and love. I'm going to leave it here. Blessed be. Namaste until I come back. And we're going to chat some more. We're going to get deeply into this thing and we're going to actually pump ourselves up. We're going to change our lives, y'all. Like, we are literally doing this. And I feel like we're in, the shift has taken place and it's evident all over the place. It's evident. I mean, it's unmistakable. If you've seen it, show me a sign. Like, comment below and let me know what changes you're seeing happening within yourself. What changes are you seeing happening in the people around you closest to you? What kind of awakening is happening? It's been happening for a while, but now it's like reaching a very high point. And so I'm so excited, y'all. I just really had to share this with y'all. So till I come back, I'm gonna say peace out, okay? And yeah, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.